Hey guys, how's it going? I'm that socially awkward gamer you probably forgot existed, otherwise known as Patty Jack, and oh my god, Age of Wonders 3, guys. So I got this game yesterday. I've been contemplating it for a long ass time. After I saw the Total Biscuit video, I was like, holy crap, I kind of need this game. Because I'm a huge Civilization 5 fan, and I probably have like 400 hours in that game. So, it's like seeing another game like it finally come out, and in like the fantasy genre, was a huge deal for me. So, what I'm gonna do today is just kind of talk to you about the game, and I played like probably 9-10 hours straight yesterday. It's really got that Civilization 5 like one more turn, just one more turn type of aspect to it. So, just going to talk to you about it and let you know my initial thoughts and things like that. So it's worth noting right now that I'm actually recording this through my desktop recorder. So I use PlayClaw, and normally it just like records the game. It like figures out there's a game playing, and then it gives me like the recording overlay. That doesn't work in this game for some reason. So what I actually had to do was put it into borderless windowed mode and turn on desktop recording. So I'm technically recording my desktop, but it's actually recording the game, and I don't know how well that's actually gonna make it look. So I don't know if there's gonna be any other issues with it or anything. So if that happens, I apologize. I just don't really know how to fix that because it's never happened before. All right, so what is Age of Wonders 3? Well, it's obviously the third game in the Age of Wonders series. I have never even heard of this series, actually. Apparently, it was a very popular series back in the early 2000s, and it was kind of like a Civilization type deal, where you kind of make your cities and you go into kind of like real-time, turn-based, kind of Heroes of Might and Magic style combat when you actually get into the battles, which is very different from Civilization 5, obviously. So where Civilization kind of puts the battles and the nation management in kind of one screen that looks very similar to this game actually takes you into a different style, like an entirely different map where you do all like your turn-based combat and stuff. It's really fun too. So I'm gonna show you a bit of that and everything. Just kind of talk to you about the game. So I think I need to. Okay, I don't want this hero to join me. So the way you kind of have to look at this game is that it's a weird, not weird, it's a glorious mix of kind of very old school RPG and new school Civilization 5-esque like nation and army management. So I would say the game's a lot more tailored towards the actual battles than diplomacy and things like that, but like diplomacy is completely a viable option and everything like that. The game, like, at least the nation management and all the turn-based stuff, it looks very Civilization 5-y, because, I mean, like, all this UI, like, it looks like a Civ 5 mod almost, but, you know, like, really well done. That's not a detriment at all to it. That's not a criticism. I'm just saying it looks like Civ 5. And that's actually great, because it makes me feel way more at home when I'm actually doing, like, playing the game and trying to learn it, so what I'm going to do here is make a watchtower because, you know, we need to see where the enemies are coming from. I'm currently at war with someone, with some, like, tree folk style people. There's a dragon over there. I should probably do something about that. Oh god, I hope that thing's not evil. So we're going to build a watchtower here. Obviously, that allows us to... Can I not build it there? No, apparently not. Okay. Whatevs, I'll build it. Oh, no crap, I already built a watchtower. I forgot. Damn it. Okay, that was my mistake. I'm just gonna send that builder over there. I completely lost my place as to where I was when I left off, apparently. So, this game, it's so good. If you like Civilization 5, then, or any Civilization or any grand strategy, you should go pick this game up. Right now, it's $40 on Steam, and it's like less than most other full games. And just, like, the amount of content in this game is incredible. Like, it really is. So you've got all this nation management. You can zoom out to this really, like, very Tolkien-esque map. It looks really good. I really like zooming out into this map. And just, like, It looks like Middle Earth. It's great. I love it. So you get the whole, like, nation management, like, expanding your empire 4X style type of thing. And then you actually, like, you get hero characters and stuff. So you build up your army, and you get 6 slots. So, like, it kind of blends. It's like Civilization 4 and Civilization 5 combat, or at least army movement in this aspect, because in Civilization 4 and the ones before that, you could just stack up as many troops as you want into one army on one tile. But in Civilization 5, they made it so you couldn't do that, so everything had to kind of like, every army had to move by itself. And in this game, they've kind of taken the middle road to that. They've actually allowed you to do like a 6 stack of units, and obviously you need it for the actual combat, which I'll show you in a second here. But I think it's a way better way of doing things, because it kind of like avoids clogging up areas of units and like effectively walling off different directions and stuff. You can kind of like just organize your armies a lot more easily in this game, and I really like that. So instead of having like millions of units on my tiles over here, I just have like 3 or 4 generally good-sized armies. Okay, so we're getting some combat here. We should be able to beat these guys pretty easily. So we're going to try to take over this magma forge. So the different nodes on the map they have to take over. If you're within the board, if it's within those borders of your city and things like that, then you get bonuses for it and everything. So it's going to show you some of the combat. Oh, they want to run away, but that's not going to happen because I need to show you the freaking combat. Sorry, guys, I would have let you run, but, you know, things happen sometimes. I apologize. Alright. So now we get into the part of the game that I'm not as familiar with. I mean, I've played, like, turn-based style combats like this before, but it's never really been a big genre for me. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that I just, like, in my gaming span, the years I've been gaming, there hasn't been a lot of games like this that have come out with this style of, like, combat system and everything. I mean, like, the new Heroes of Might and Magic probably is the closest thing, but I just didn't really consider getting it for whatever reason. But, okay, so what you do is you get these hex tiles, and then each unit can move, like, say that'll take up, like, 1 movement, yellow takes up 2, orange takes up 3, and then you get, like, separate powers and stuff. So say I've got my hero unit here, I can actually open up a spell book, I can choose a different spell. This person's very... This hero specifically is very adept at using, like, buff spells for my other minions or army units. So I think we'll throw probably Lion's Courage onto the boars so that they can get a bit more attack strength in there, and then we will just kind of move our guys up. So if I were in range, these are archers. If I were in range of a unit, if, say, those units were, like, right in the like within range of these little circles here, and then I fired, because I'm in the green zone, I could actually fire 3 times. If I moved into the yellow zone, I could only fire 2 times because it's used up another movement slot. If I moved into the orange zone, I can only fire once because it's used up another move slot. So you kind of get it like that. It's actually pretty easy to get the hang of. It took me a little while to kind of understand it, but, you know, things like that happen. So we're going to move our guys up here. We're going to put them in defense mode, so obviously they get a good buff in defense. Might actually be able to hit these guys. No, we can't quite hit them. That's disappointing. Okay. And we will move up our human guards as well and avoid the grate of fire that's going to hurt us, because that's usually not what you want to do. Put them all in defense mode and let the other guys move up. So obviously, this is a very small battle, but when the battles get bigger, man, it's crazy. I've been in a few of them now, and when you're actually at like, war with another civilization, it gets crazy, because they all have, like, different styles of units and everything. Like, in Civilization 5, you kind of know what everyone's going to have at a certain point. If they're in the medieval era, you kind of understand what they're going to have. But I've run into dragons, I've run into snakes, I've run into boars like this, spiders, undead. The amount of stuff in this game is crazy. You can even find, like, different items and stuff to put on your hero characters, like inventory slots and everything, so it's really great. I love it. Alright, so we're going to, I think, just shoot our arrows there. That clears a better path for our boars to kind of charge in there. Or not. We could just kill them all. That works too, I guess. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we're going to probably move these guys up here. That'll probably put us in range to do a crossbow attack. There we go. That does a bit of damage. That's not really what those guys' specialty is. They're better in like a hand-to-hand fight, but you know. Alright, we'll move our boars up a bit. There we go. Put them in defensive stance again. And then you, our hero character, we got to avoid the flaming grate there. Then we'll use our crossbow. Why not? Again, not really her strong suit, but we couldn't get closer to them anyways. And I doubt that one squad's gonna be able to kill them. Although I should really watch out for things like that that have spread, because they will hit more than one tile. Ugh, I'm kind of dumb. Alright. We'll move these guys up here. Might actually be able to just take them out with this. Some more arrows. Yeah, that works. And probably just use our crossbow. Now we can just probably just charge in to take them out. Why not? I really wish that they would actually fall into the lava instead of kind of like floating above it. I think that'd be a really cool. That'd be just something like a really cool immersion factor. So that's some of the basic combat. Obviously here I found another city. I just met this outpost. This is like the equivalent of the city-states in Civilization 5. So these guys are kind of independent little states that you can talk to or take over. But you can actually do quests for them, and if you complete the quest, then they join your empire and things like that. There's some bad guys right there that I might want to watch out for, actually. They've actually got tier 2, which is going to be more powerful. See, there's so many different types of things. Like you saw, I have an orc hero. I've got some hunters. I got some boars. These guys have orcs and dwarves and high elves and things like that. It's like the Tolkien-esque fantasy is really good in this game. Like I love this type of Tolkien-esque stuff. It's like, this is really where, this is kind of like the style of game I really enjoy. This and sci-fi are probably my two favorite, like, genres. Okay. And then, okay, so we're going to go into the city management now. So this is very, again, it's very much like Civilization 5. You're not going to see, like, if you've played any Civilization game, you're going to be right at home here. Because you get your, like, unit creation, then you go over here, you get your buildings and things like that. It's not as in-depth as Civilization 5. I'd say that the game's very much more combat-focused than it is, like, nation-building focused. But, you know, to me, that's alright, because I'm not really someone who needs to, like, micromanage every little aspect, but I like to feel like my empire is expanding. I like to feel that there is, like, a big expansion, like kind of a 4X style thing going on, but I don't want to be overwhelmed with information. So I find that this works out really well. So I guess we could make an arcane item forge. Doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. That's the first time I've actually had that pop up. I guess I built something else that allows me to do that. Or I can make a dark citadel and make orc shock troopers. That, go for the item forge, I think, right now. So that'll take a couple turns to, like, build, obviously. Okay, and then what else? I'll show you some of the diplomacy. Again, it's very much like Civilization 5, so that's my character right now. You can, like, customize your own characters and everything, which is really nice. Something a Civilization did not have, and I really didn't like. So I made him, I don't know, I like the color scheme on that guy. He looks neat. This is the only other person I've met so far, because I'm playing, like, a huge map right now. And obviously, when it's a huge map and there's lots of players, it takes a while to meet them, things like that, so obviously, it's very, again, Civilization-esque. It's really not meant to be a bad thing. It's just, it is very inspired from it, and that's actually fine with me. Okay, so we will just go into, like, the trading menu and things like that. It is a little bit dumbed down from Civilization, because it is a much more combat-focused game. But it does the job, so I could offer, like, a peace treaty or something like that. So I'm going to send another one to her, because she decided to declare war on me. like 30 turns ago for no reason. And then she refuses to accept my peace offers, but we'll try again anyways, because we're nice people like that. I just want to expand my empire. That's all I care about. And this map is huge if you haven't noticed. Like, this is the entire map. all that bordered off area, that's the whole map. There's 8 other players somewhere in there, so it's pretty great. And there's like different continents and everything. There's like naval warfare, there's different dungeons and things. There's actually dungeons in this game, which is great. So let's see if I can go find one. I think there's a pretty big one over here. Yeah, this one right here. There we go. So this one is a dungeon. If I were to move an army over to that tile, I could enter the dungeon, and then there'd be like a different map, and I'd have to fight off whatever's inside there. I don't want to fight that one, though, because I went there once before, and it kicked my ass, because that's a really, really tough dungeon. So that's kind of annoying. And I guess we'll make probably some cavalry. You can never go wrong with cavalry. Why not? Hey, it's my dragon people. Kind of my scouts right now. So yeah, you can get like different races from conquering other cities, which is a really nice thing. So if say I conquered this city, I actually didn't. I did a quest for them, and then they assimilated into my empire. Well, this city is populated by draconians, so they're kind of like half dragon type people. And if I go over to, I think, this city? No, this is a human city that I actually set up. Right here's an orcish city, so because it's an orcish city, I have access to, like, orc spearmen, as opposed to if I went over to this city, I'd only have access to human people. Then I can obviously make, like, dragon people here as well. And then you can actually, like, make other... Hey, I've actually got a spell ready here. So you can actually cast, like, world ability spells, which, like, summon, say, with my character type, I can, like, summon different wild animals to help me in battles and things like that. So we're gonna do that right now. And see what we get. We got some boars, okay. Not exactly useful. I prefer to get, like, the spiders or the wargs, but, you know, things happen sometimes. So if you head over here, you can see actually all the different spells I have currently available. So I can actually, with this character at least, I can actually terraform the land. So if I were to, like, found a city right here, like I did, I actually terraformed a bunch of it into fertile plains instead of, like, deserty barrens like it was before. So, you know, you get a lot of neat options as to how you, like, expand everything. And, like, just seeing the expansion in this game is great. Civilization 5, like, one of my biggest criticisms, like, it was a big thing to me. I mean, it's not a gameplay criticism. It's really just, like, an immersion thing. 'Cause I love the immersion factor in games. I want to feel like the reaches of my empire expand through endless amounts and all that, right? So, in Civilization 5... like, your city was about maybe this size, right? And then that was kind of it. I mean, there was houses on your city, then a couple trading posts everywhere, in a few different places if you made trading posts, right? But in this game, when you make your city and like your borders, like there'll actually be like little houses and towns like all across the land that you control, and that I love that because it's like a little thing. A little immersion thing, but it really makes it feel like, yes, this is your empire. There are people living here. This is what you need to protect. And to me, it just makes the game, like, just the little things like that this game does really well. It just really improves your immersion, and it really factors in the idea that, yes, you are an emperor of this world, and you're trying to defend it. So, I love this game. Absolutely love it. And I'm probably... This game has probably already taken over Civilization 5 in my my top 10 favorite games. I've only played it for one day, and I'm like barely anywhere into it. I haven't even tried any of the other races yet. I haven't tried so much stuff, and I already love it because it just offers you so much stuff to do. That's like, games need to do that more. Civilization 5, like, it gave you lots of units and things, but there's really only 3 ways to do things. I mean, in this game, I get so many more unit options. I can go dungeon exploring. I can go, like, mercenary hunting. I can do quests for other nations and stuff, form alliances and everything. It's like, that combined with the fantasy setting, this is, like, the game for me. This is, like, one of my dream games. So, I don't know what else. I mean, there's not a lot that I don't like about this game so far. Granted, I've only played 10 hours, but it's just like, it's such a fun game. I love it so much, and yeah. Let's see, what type of dragon is that? Ugh. Okay, this is a wyvern. They're actually not that powerful, but fighting a big-ass dragon sucks, believe me. Alright, I think one of the worst battles I had was when I was actually trying to take over this, or no, I was actually trying to help this city before it was under my control. And they like this big abomination monster that I had to get rid of before they liked me and they were accepted into my empire. So I went to fight it with like a full army, but this thing was like extremely powerful and just kicked my ass. And yeah, I beat it, but barely. I lost like almost my entire army to it. It's like things like that, like the progression, and it's like the randomality of the game. Randomality isn't a word, but I just coined it right now. Is what I really enjoy in games like this, because it really stops you from kind of getting into like, oh, same old every time you play. I mean, Civilization 5 did that a little bit. I mean, after a while, it's like, okay, I'm starting a new game. I kind of know exactly what to do now. But in this game, you're always going to be running into different things, and you never really know what to expect. To a higher degree than Civilization, at least, so yeah. That's kind of it. I mean, I love this game. This game is fantastic. I mean, I'm sure there's issues with it, but if you want to go, like, see someone who's actually played more of this game than I have, or has noticed more of the issues, I think you should go watch Total Biscuit's video. This isn't meant to be like a review of this game or first impression. This is just me gushing over it because I love it. So, yeah. I think if you like Civilization or grand strategies like this, or turn-based, or Heroes of Might and Magic, I think you should get this game. I really do. I mean, this is probably going to be in my top 5 games of the year. Absolutely. So, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am IAmPattyJack. I'll see you guys next time. Peace off.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. I would be super appreciative. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because then you can see all the other awesome content I make. And did you know I have a shirt store? Because I kind of do. It's down in the description there. So you can just go down there and click the link on every video I put up. And you can go buy like t-shirts and iPhone cases and maybe like a pillowcase so you can rest your head on my divine essence every night. So yeah, go down there and just go buy it, please, because, well, because haircuts like this are not cheap, alright? Let's go do it. Ugh.